Hello one and all, my name is Sean Splains and this is Slay the Spire 2. In our last episode we finished up with Necrobinder Act 1 and it was very comfortable thanks to us getting Reanimate and even following up with a second. And now we also have two Transfigures, so this run is going to be very centred around getting our key cards with replay and trying to get some more energy generation. So as much as we have an Invoke right now, the things I'm mainly looking for would be a Neurosurge or other forms of energy generation, and then likely more draw elements to help us get through to the cards that we want. Here we've got the option to get the energy. We don't have the relic that would usually give us draw here. I often take Pael's Wing if I don't feel like I need many cards, which I don't in this attempt. I feel like I don't really want to be taking too much and bloating out my deck when I kind of already have exactly what I need. But I do need that extra energy for when I start adding replay to things. So I think I'll take Pael's Flesh. We're going up against the Knowledge Demon, so we want to try and plan accordingly for that. We know it scales quite quickly, so we need big damage. We'll probably get that through the Reanimate though. I do feel quite comfortable to be taking all of the elites, but I want as many campfires as I can get, as well as ideally a late merchant if possible. I don't think I can quite manage a late merchant, but I think if I go through this path and go for this merchant here, and then get to this point, I'll probably take the fire, go up this way and take a 2 elite path and go into this direction. The reason I'm quite happy dropping this elite is because we'll likely get 1 or 2 relics in this shop anyway. We actually get our Reanimate turn 1, which is our ideal in every game. If we can manage to get this, that would be amazing. Because we get their 25 block, we're taking most damage, and then as soon as we pull our Unleash card, we're still going to be doing a lot. We don't get it quite yet, unfortunately. Is there anything else that we want to dredge right now? We could bring back Pull Aggro for some damage. We've got the Vambrace, which will help us get through this turn. At the moment they are doing 17 damage overall, so I can quite comfortably block that, and then I could use Drain Power to help upgrade some cards. Now we're taking 20, so I just need to keep that in mind. Unfortunately, because of the passive on these guys only allowing to take 9, it doesn't matter if this damage does a lot. We'll take the Invoke to get some extra next turn. I think I would like to Transfigure Reeve so that we get 2 souls. And we'll hit into the middle guy. This does mean that we end up taking quite a lot of damage and we lose Osty, but it should work out okay. We got our 2 souls right away. I'll reanimate again, but since we've got so much energy, that's fine. We can actually get Reap next turn as well. So I'll play the soul to get those cards. I only need to block 9 this turn. I don't really need to play Transfigure. I don't really need to worry about blocking here because Osty can take so much of the damage, and like I already mentioned, we can only do 9 to these guys at a time anyway, so we just really need attack cards. So I'm going to use Purity to get rid of these 2, so I don't have to redraw them consistently. We actually get our Undeath as well. Since we can play that for free anyway, I'll just use that. I will kill this one in the middle, and then I will hit this one in the back since it's going to buff itself. Then I will Transfigure Reap so that it hits twice. Now the front one's doing 10 damage, the back one's doing 15, but again Osty can quite comfortably take both of those. I will Invoke and kill the front guy. Then I can actually afford to just Reap into the back and hit again. So again, just showcasing how strong it is to have Osty just tank all of the damage. We've got Defy, which actually gives us a form of Weak, which would be really good, and then we have Debilitate here as a really good option. Unfortunately, we don't have enough Vulnerable or Weak cycling to make this good yet, so I think I'll take a Defy first. Start this turn off with Pull Aggro, so we absorb all of the damage, and then Invoke to give us more energy next turn. And we lose, surprisingly not, one of the Reanimates. I will Transfigure the Drain Power so that we upgrade most of our cards in our discard pile. Don't really need to block anything this turn. In fact, I'll be quite happy to purify both of those. And now we're on a bit of a timer to try and get rid of this guy. He's got 3 turns until he runs away, so we need to be careful. I'll weaken here. What have we got in here that would be interesting? I would probably take Invoke and maybe Defy back. And then I'll just take, it doesn't really matter what the third one is, because what I want to do is to Transfigure Invoke Now that we've added replay to this, when we reshuffle it, it will be much more useful because we'll get so much energy out of it. Here I can reanimate to give me all of the block I efficiently need and hit into this guy. Now he's going to run away, but hopefully we can take him down before that happens. Do damage, and we can't quite kill, so we'll actually just use the vulnerable potion because I don't really want to lose the card. I could have probably handled that a little bit better, but bone shards can be a good AoE answer. I don't think we've got any AoE answers, but we also have quite a lot of synergy for keeping Osty alive, so it doesn't work great for us. I think I'll just leave it. We'll just skip this one. Like I mentioned before, we don't really want to try get too many cards and blow out our deck too much now. We want to just try and keep as HP as high as possible. I can weaken this turn, and even though the toxics are going to hit me, I think it should be okay. I don't have anything that I can pick up right now. I'll use up one of the toxics so I don't quite take any damage on Osty. Hopefully we draw the next reanimate, which we do. I think I could probably transfigure Dredge here and make that a little bit more useful. We'll take a bunch of damage. Oh, I'm forgetting toxic is similar to infection. It actually goes straight into Necrobinder. That was a little bit of a misplay, but we can invoke here, and then next turn Dredge will be much more valuable. I will reap into the backline. We can use the Purity to get rid of the toxic cards and the defend card that we don't need. I can transfigure into Reeve and play that into here so we can get 2 souls. I'll just use Undeath to block a little bit of the damage. We don't quite want to use Dredge yet. Use Soul to draw some more cards. We're only taking 6 damage, so we're still okay. Dredge to get Undeath and Reeve. Just block the damage. And then Reap and finish it off. Here we get Delay, Drain Power, and Death March. Additional 4 for dealing damage for each card drawn during your turn. This can work really well with the souls we have, but I don't know if we've got enough souls. I feel like this could be good, but it feels like that much block isn't great. But we do want energy generation, so I'll take Delay. That will help us out in the long run. Whenever we play a soul summon one, could be a good power to work with. Flatten, I did say I wanted to potentially get, but I'm not that desperate for it. I think Equilibrium could be really good because we want to try and retain certain cards at times. And we've got brewing 5 potions. We've got 5 potion slots, so this could be handy. I think we want to remove the Clumsy. First of all, we are playing a lot of skills, so there's actually a lot of solid options here. I think given the amount of skills that we're playing, I'll take Letter Opener because that's kind of an answer to AoE for some of the smaller hallway fights that I'll find just time consuming more than anything else, and I'll take Equilibrium because it allows me to retain certain cards and then I can make better use of the Transfigures. At the moment I'm not playing Transfigure very well, but it can be good when you get it functioning properly. I'll pull aggro and hit into the first one. We get our reanimate and we get another Transfigure here. I can Undeath to fully block and then reanimate to get some more HP onto Osty. Reanimate again and invoke. So as much as now he won't be bowled over this time, at least I'm blocking a fair chunk of the damage, and we're actually building up to a point we might be able to one-shot this guy soon enough. We can definitely just kill this guy off. And then we can Dredge to get Transfigure and Unleash back, and then probably Undeath. So we take Undeath, that blocks the damage from this unit. We Transfigure into Unleash, and we hit into this guy to kill him off. And then we drain power, and I will get rid of the defend with Purity. Then here we should be able to kill if we get 2 attacks, which we do. That was a much better use of Transfigure, I was much happier with that. We'll get a 5+. I don't want to get too carried away with taking too many of these, to be honest. Although more block generation and more weak generation is very good, and vulnerable generation would be nice if we time it right. This could work really well with the well, it's ethereal, so they don't work well with the retain, unfortunately. Another invoke just gives me more energy generation. although I'm very aware of the amount of cards that we're getting up to. Lose Blessing of the Forge for 10 max HP or give an attack Vigorous 8. We don't have any real multi-hitters. Is that going to be that useful for us? I mean, I could possibly put it into Reap and then put Replay on the Reap so that then it hits for a lot of damage. Or we could just get 10 max HP, which I know I said in the first run we don't really need HP that much, but I just don't see us getting much use out of this. Yeah, I'll just take the HP there, because I just don't see us getting a lot of value out of the enchantment there. I'll upgrade the Transfigure so it no longer exhausts. We'll get Blood Vial so that we heal per combat. And this is the reason why we picked up Letter Opener, is for combats like this. I can take Delay to give us better energy generation. And I'll add the Transfigure to the Unleash. Or will we do Reave? We'll do Reave. So in this case we just want to be hitting these guys more than once, because we obviously can't do more than 9 damage to them at a time. Hopefully we get one of the reanimates, we do. And I will invoke to give me more energy next turn. I might even use a block potion here to save Osty HP. In fact, no, I don't need to. I think we're fine. We get our next reanimate, but we could transfigure it. I think we'll transfigure it and get the 50. Then I'll save both of these. Since they're both skills, we can probably proc Letter Opener twice next turn. And with this much Osty HP, we'll survive at least 4 more turns from these guys. So if I play this right, can I play 6 skills in a turn? Have I got any more 0 cost skills? No. I can only play 3 skills in a turn. So I will Purity into the Defense because I don't think I need them. I'll Equilibrium to retain the Rattle. Then I'll Dredge and ideally keep a hold of other things. I think I'll bring in Invoke and then I'll Transfigure the Invoke for next turn. So we then block most of the damage with Osty. This is a very roundabout way to do this, but I feel like it is useful for us. So I will Transfigure the Undeath. Invoke for next turn. Unfortunately needed one more play to get the extra 5 damage out. Osty's hanging on. Get the Undeath again, get the Delay to do another 5 damage to everyone, get Pull Aggro to keep Osty alive, and I might as well kill the one in the back because I can. And it just goes to show that you can actually win the game by being really passive with certain relics and stuff involved. Here we get Friendship, works really well for us, and Grave Warden would be an interesting choice, but I think Friendship's the way to go here. It's also important to mention that your souls are skills, and if you get into a big enough setup with them and you have so many souls that you're playing like 10 to 20 a turn, this will just proc over and over and over again and continue to do a lot of damage. I was wanting to upgrade Purity, but I'm not really using it to get rid of enough cards to merit that, so I think I'm going to take the Delay upgrade to get the extra energy from it, and then I'll probably upgrade Equilibrium to get more block out of it, because I am angling towards more of a stall block build, which I respect isn't always the most fun to watch, but it is just a build that works and gets you through the game. And that is partially what this is about. So we get our reanimate here. We'll just play that. We'll play Undeath, get ourselves a little bit of block. We are taking a fair bit of damage, so I'll use the block potion here. We want to try and keep Osty alive as best as possible, and I will Transfigure the Friendship to get even more energy out of it. I will Dredge to get 2 of the Undeaths to help us get through this turn, and I still have 1 energy, so I think I'll take a Defy as well. Oh no, we don't have 1 energy. That was a total misplay on my part. Or I got through the Defy so that I now don't have to redraw it again because I'm not going to need it. That's what we'll go with. I Delay here to get some block and get some energy next turn. We're at a fair amount of energy. I'll attack into the guy on the left. Take what block we can get. Take a little bit of damage here. Get our reanimate back. Pull aggro to get some more block. Invoke and Reeve to get us another soul. Ideally we want to try and kill these guys this turn, but I don't think it matters that much. I think again I'm probably going to kill them all at the same time with Letter Opener. So I'll move him down there, although we'll be able to kill him this turn by the looks of it. I'll Transfigure Reeve to get more souls. Do we actually get to finish him off here? Not quite. Unfortunately, the other one will come back first. I can Reap into here to kill and then attack into there. So that just shows you how good farming all that energy was, because it allows us to use all of our high cost cards. An extra 4 energy, extra 6 energy. This could be really good if we draw on the same turn as like 2 of our reanimates, for example. So I'll pick up Borrowed Time. We don't have to do any block cards this turn, so we'll just save them, and I might actually just get rid of both of our defense because we don't need them. Now we need to be really careful against this enemy because of this debuff. Our strength and dexterity goes down, so we really need to focus on Osty's health because our health's going to be hard to really keep up. I feel like Reanimate's a solid play here, but I'd rather wait for it and dredge it back when I have the ability to really play it. Since I have the opportunity to take said damage, it should be okay. I think I Transfigure Reanimate, then use Borrowed Time to go up to 6 energy, then play this twice, so we get the 50 out of it. We do end up taking 21 damage, which is unfortunate, but it works out quite well for us. And then I can actually do it again, so if I Dredge, Transfigure, and Borrowed Time, and then I'm pretty sure I run out of energy, so it doesn't matter. But I can Transfigure this Reanimate, and then Borrowed Time to do this one. Puts us up to 109 overall Osty health. So as much as they're doing quite a lot of damage, we should, in theory, be able to keep up with it. And then here I'll delay for more energy next turn, and Friendship for more energy and Invoke. Then I'll just use Undeath because it gives me enough block to not let Osty take any damage. And here I can actually just Transfigure Reap twice, so that it attacks 3 times and takes a lot of their health down. And then it's going to take 3 turns for them to break through me, so it's just a race of who can do more damage, which I fortunately win. Gigantification Potion. I don't think we've actually seen this in any of the new player guide runs so far. This is an amazing potion, for especially for us with the replay. We could add replay to, I was about to say Bury, but that's a different card. We could add replay to our Reap and then use a Gigantification Potion and do 54 damage, or sorry, I should really upgrade this, 66 damage, probably like 3 or 4 times. So this is going to be a really interesting potion. I'll try and keep this for the final boss in Act 3. And on this turn, Grave Blast works very similar to how Dredge works, but it only works for 1 card and we get damage off at the same time. But I think because we have Dredge, we don't really need it. And like I say, I really want to try and stop taking cards. I know I keep on seeing many cards and I really want to take them, but that's what made us lose our way in the Regent run and nearly lose on the final boss when we really shouldn't have. So I'll try and be more disciplined in this run. I'll take the delay here. And as usual with this character, we want to try and not hit them because they apply dazed every time we hit them. So I'll add Transfigure to Reap as much as I can and then just try and one-shot, or add Transfigure to the Unleash cards. I might actually use the Bottled Potential to try and get some block here because I don't really want to take damage. And thankfully we actually get another delay. Okay. We get the Reanimate on a turn where he's buffing, which is nice. Unfortunately we don't get any of the Transfigures because we've got 10 energy to use. But I'll just pull aggro and Friendship, and I'll actually hit him once for Drain Power because it's worth it to get the couple of upgrades. I could have probably brought some energy back there, but it's okay. I will Transfigure, Invoke, bring back, I'll Dredge back, delay, and Transfigure. I will Transfigure, delay, then I'll Borrow Time so that I can use that, because that gives me enough block to get through the turn and it gives me energy next turn, as much as these would have been nice. So now we survive this, taking 0 damage. We now have 9 energy. I can Equilibrium and Defy for some block and then use our Reanimate to get more health. I'll just keep a hold of the Purity so I can use it on other cards I might not want to use. We get our Reap back, so I'll try and hold on to this. We're doing 73 damage with it. I might as well just hit them. As much as it gives us dazed, it was probably worth it. We can't quite kill this turn, and I don't want to be playing too many things, so I'll just let that go. I can Transfigure, Reap, and then win. So again, our main focus is to just have 1 or 2 really strong cards, and then do big damage at the end of the run. We actually get the Courier, which gives us the ability to make more out of our merchants. Don't really need any of these cards, so I'll just move on from that. And I will try and upgrade my Reap so it's doing a lot more damage. Now we're at the final boss of the act. We'll try and make the most out of it. I just want to use Delay here for energy, but I also don't. I'll Transfigure Reeve. Because we've got Vambrace, it always makes me nervous about using up a block card when I really don't need to. We lose the Defy there, but that's okay. I can afford to take the Disintegration because we should be able to block a whole lot, and again, it's similar to most of the status cards that deal damage to you. Disintegration affects Necrobinder directly, so Osty can't absorb that damage for us. I could use up the Orbic Acid potion and give ourselves a potential block card here, since we don't have a lot. Start your turn, apply 6 Doom to a random enemy, why not? Oh, all Doom related things? Is that because we're not using it at all? I'll use Friendship to get some more energy. Defend, we'll do Drain Power to upgrade some of the cards in there. We unfortunately take a little bit of damage, but it should be okay. The gradual Doom here will actually speed up the fight a little bit, because again it is quite a slow build, is the only thing. Transfigure into the Reanimate. Take that to get a lot of health, take Undeath. I don't really need the Strike or the Defend, so I'll just get rid of both of them. Deals an extra 5 damage. Unleash deals a lot of damage, so I will probably bring that back with Dredge. Or I'll probably not, I'll Transfigure actually. We'll Transfigure, and apart from that it doesn't matter what we bring back, because this is going to use up all of our energy. Well, I'll get to use Reanimate next time it comes around. We'll just use that. Use both of the Undeaths so that we survive the turn. And use Bodyguard and Rattle to do a little bit of damage and get some block. Here we're not taking any damage directly, so I will use Equilibrium and Delay so that we can use all of our energy for our next turn. I'll keep a hold of this Defend card in case we need it. Take more damage, that's fine. I know we didn't do much damage in the first bit, but we're kind of building up for a big attack eventually. I'll do 2 invokes. We can defend a bit. We just want to see Transfigure and more things that we want to see. I'll Transfigure into the Reanimate again so that I get 75 from it. Defend a little bit of damage and take the Reeve to get some souls. And then we actually get to see the amazing combo of Transfigure into Unleash. I'll use Undeath quickly so that I don't take as much damage. And as you can see, we were just building up for that one big attack, and like that we've nearly won. Play our soul. If we can just draw Unleash again, we win. We unfortunately don't see it, but I can actually Transfigure into Reap now and then win through that. So this is a very slow build that we have, where we're just kind of getting as much energy as we can, getting as many Transfigures onto our big attacks, and then at the end of the combat, hitting the enemy with one big attack, and it seems to work quite well. Shared Fate is quite good for us because we don't really care about attack damage, and dropping the enemy's attack is always good. Demence can be good because it allows us to draw additional cards as well as getting more energy. And Hang's okay, it doesn't work well specifically for this build. I think I'll take Demence. I feel like I need the energy generation and I need the draw. Those were the two kind of main things that I really needed. We're actually against Queen, so yeah, the Queen scales quite quickly. So having that extra draw helps get around the debuff that she puts on you. Giving us the extra energy means we can play our cards faster and we can get through the fight quicker. And with the Gigantification Potion, like I said, if I can hold on to this and build up our strength as much as possible, we should be able to build up for one big attack and then just end the combat. But apart from that, thank you for joining me today. I know this was a bit of a longer video and a lot more thought went into it, but it is very much a build where I can't just click buttons and push through. So I appreciate the patience of everyone through this. I have been Sean Splains, this has been Slay the Spire 2, and I'll see you in Act 3.